You're not stressed for no reason. You don't feel relaxed anymore. Your body has been under pressure for longer than you think. You've been carrying tension all day, and now it follows you everywhere. You wake up tired. Before you even get out of bed, your hand reaches for the phone. Messages, notifications, something already waiting for you. Your day hasn't even started yet, but your head already has. You scroll for a minute, then another minute. You tell yourself it's quick, but now your mind is already busy. What needs to be done? Who you forgot to answer? What might be coming later today? You haven't even stood up yet, but your system is already on. Not long after, something else pulls your attention again. Another message, another reminder, another small thing that suddenly feels urgent. You haven't done much yet, but somehow you already feel behind. During the day, your phone keeps pulling you back. One vibration, one quick check, one more. I'll just look for a second. It never stays 1 second. You try to focus on what you're doing, but something interrupts you again. A sound, a pop-up, a random thought about something you forgot. Your attention keeps getting cut into smaller pieces. By the middle of the day, you already feel mentally tired. Even if the day wasn't that hard, you just never fully switched off. Small things keep stacking. Small things keep pulling. Small things keep your system slightly alert. By the evening, your body feels heavy, but your mind is still moving. You sit down to rest. You open your phone again without even thinking about it. Scroll, scroll, scroll. You're not even looking for anything specific. Your thumb just keeps moving because your system got used to constant input. Even when things are quiet, you still feel slightly on edge, like something might come in any second. Another message, another task, another thing you might have missed. If this feels familiar, there is a very specific reason your system stopped calming down, and most people don't even notice when it starts. What most people don't notice is how often their attention gets pulled during the day. Not by one big thing, by dozens of small ones. A quick message, a short notification, someone asking something simple. Individually, none of it feels serious. You answer, you check, you move on. But your body doesn't look at each moment separately. It looks at the pattern, how often you get interrupted, how often you have to switch focus, how often something new demands your attention right now. And for a lot of people, that number has quietly exploded. Think about a normal day. You try to focus on something, and within minutes, something else appears. A vibration in your pocket, a sound from another room, a thought suddenly popping up. I need to check that. So you check, quickly, just for a second. But your system doesn't treat it like nothing, because every time you switch, your body has to ramp up again, refocus, re-engage, reorient, over and over. Most people don't feel it in the moment. It just feels like a normal busy day. But by the middle of the day, something starts to change. You feel more mentally tired than the actual work explains. Small things start to feel more annoying than they should. Your patience gets shorter. Your focus gets thinner. And by the evening, even if nothing dramatic happened, your system feels used, not destroyed, just constantly engaged. This is where the quiet buildup happens, not during big stressful events, during ordinary days that never give your system a clean break, because real recovery doesn't happen when your attention keeps getting pulled every few minutes. It happens when your system can stay down long enough to actually reset. And for many people now, those clean, uninterrupted stretches have become rare, not because life became impossible, because the number of small inputs quietly multiplied. More messages, more things to keep in mind, more moments where your brain stays half alert just in case something comes in. And after enough days like this, your body starts making a very simple adjustment. Stay ready, just a little, all the time. After enough days like this, something subtle starts to change. Not in one dramatic moment, quietly. Your body stops expecting long, clean downtime because it rarely sees it anymore. Think about what your short breaks usually look like now. You finally get a free minute, and almost immediately you reach for the phone. You don't even think about it. Your hand just moves. You unlock the screen. You scroll for a few seconds. Maybe nothing important is even there, but the motion already happened. This repeats more often than most people realize. You're standing somewhere, quick check. You're waiting for something, quick check. You finish one small task, and before the next one starts, your thumb is already moving again. Individually, each moment feels harmless. 2 seconds here, 5 seconds there, nothing dramatic. But your system doesn't measure drama, it measures frequency. How often you have to re-engage, how often your attention gets pulled, how often your body has to stay slightly ready to respond. And for many people now, that number is very high. So your system adapts. It keeps the engine slightly running. All day, not panic, not overload, just never fully off. This is the part most people don't notice, because it doesn't feel extreme. It just feels normal. Normal to check the phone without thinking. Normal to feel slightly tense even on easy days. Normal to sit down to rest and still feel mentally busy. But over time, this slightly on state becomes your baseline. You start to notice it in small moments. You sit in silence, and within a minute you feel the urge to do something. Open something, check something, look at something. Because stillness no longer feels neutral, it feels unfinished. Your system got trained on constant movement, constant updates, constant small demands on your attention. So when the external noise drops, the internal restlessness often stays. This is why a single quiet evening usually doesn't fix the feeling. People often think, I just need a weekend off. I just need more sleep. I just need a proper break. And yes, rest helps. But if your system has been running in this slightly elevated mode for months or years, one calm day doesn't fully reset the pattern. Because your body didn't learn tension in one bad week. It learned it through repetition, hundreds of small checks, hundreds of small interruptions, hundreds of evenings where your body was tired, but your attention kept getting pulled back in. Over time, your baseline shifted. Quick checking became automatic. Background tension became invisible. And this is why so many people say, I don't know why I feel stressed, because there isn't one big cause. There are hundreds of small pulls stacked quietly on top of each other. Daily, repeated. Your system didn't break. It adapted to a world that rarely stays quiet for long. And once that pattern is installed, your body keeps running it. Even on days that are actually calm, even on evenings that are technically free. Because now the tension is no longer only in your schedule, it's in your system. The important thing to understand is this. What you're feeling didn't appear out of nowhere. And it doesn't mean you suddenly became worse at handling life. Your body did exactly what it was designed to do. It paid attention to the environment you've been in. If your days keep speeding up, your system speeds up with them. If your attention keeps getting pulled, your body stays ready longer. Not because it wants to exhaust you, because it's trying to keep up with what your days look like now. Most people miss this completely. They think the problem is motivation, or discipline, or focus. So they try to push harder, force themselves to concentrate more, force themselves to just relax, force themselves to ignore the tension. But pressure on top of pressure rarely solves pressure, because your system isn't stubborn. It's trained. It learned through repetition. Look at how most days actually end. You finish what you were doing, but you don't really power down. You sit with your phone, you scroll a bit, you check one more thing, you answer one last message. Your body notices that too. From its point of view, the signal is clear. Stay lightly on. Something else might come in. And when this pattern repeats day after day, your off switch stops going fully off. This is why forcing deep relaxation usually doesn't work very well, because your system isn't looking at what you say, it's looking at what keeps happening. It changes through repetition, the same way it adapted in the first place, through small moments that repeat often enough. Moments where nothing new demands your attention. Moments where you don't immediately reach for the next input. Moments where your body gets clear proof. Right now, nothing is chasing me. Most people don't get many of those moments in a row anymore. Not because they're weak, because constant input quietly became the default. But once you start noticing this pattern, something important shifts. because now the tension is no longer invisible. And when you can see the pattern, you can start interrupting it in small, realistic ways. So if lately you've been feeling constantly on edge, if your body never fully settles even when the day is over, if you sit down to rest, but 5 minutes later your hand is already reaching for the phone again, there is a reason for that. Your system didn't suddenly break. It didn't forget how to relax. It learned a faster environment. It learned constant input. It learned that something new is usually just seconds away. And after enough repetition, staying slightly tense became automatic. For a lot of people, this now feels normal. Being a little wired most of the day, feeling tired but not fully calm at night, reaching for the phone without even thinking about it. But here's the part most people never get told. Your body doesn't need perfect silence to start calming down again. It doesn't need you to disappear into the mountains. It doesn't even need your life to slow down completely. It just needs clear signals, repeated often enough, that the pressure is actually over in this moment. Small moments where you don't immediately check something. Small moments where you let the pause actually stay a pause. Small moments where your system can register, right now, nothing is required from me. This is where the pattern slowly begins to loosen. Not through force, not through pushing harder, but through giving your body something it hasn't been getting very often lately. Clean, uninterrupted downshifts. So the next time you notice the tension, when your hand automatically reaches for the phone, when you feel that familiar urge to check one more thing, when your body still feels on even though the day is done, pause for a few seconds longer than you normally would. Don't force anything. Don't try to fix everything at once. Just give your system a clear moment of nothing. Let your shoulders drop. Let your breathing slow on its own. Let the pause actually be a pause. Not once, not perfectly, just often enough for your body to notice something has changed, because your system is always learning from what you repeat. In the same way it learned constant tension, it can slowly relearn what real calm used to feel like.